For centuries, a deep and vital question has echoed through theology, a question about the very nature of divine rest. It's a tension, that really touches all of our lives.
Is rest a quiet retreat from the world, or could it be the very key to commanding it? In this explainer, we're going to explore two powerful yet seemingly opposite answers, and then we'll uncover a remarkable synthesis that just might resolve this ancient conflict.
So, here's our path. First, we'll lay out the central conflict. Then, we will examine each of these powerful perspectives in detail. And finally, we will arrive at a resolution, one that holds profound implications for our daily lives.
Our exploration begins with two primary thinkers whose ideas frame this entire debate: the Jewish philosopher, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, and on the other side, the charismatic teacher, Dr. Rennie McLeod.
Now, while both of these men explore that intersection between the eternal and the temporal, they propose radically different goals for the human soul. One seeks a sanctuary, a place of peace. The other seeks a portal to power.
Let us first explore Rabbi Heschel's profound vision. He saw the Sabbath not merely as a day, but as a kind of sacred architecture, built out of time itself.
Heschel argued that Judaism is, at its very heart, a religion of time. You see, its holiness is found not in physical space, but in consecrated moments. In his view, we aren't called to build great cathedrals of stone. We are called to build palaces in time.
Therefore, he drew a sharp contrast between humanity's obsession with conquering the material world, what he called the tyranny of things, and the deep spiritual necessity of sanctifying time. He taught that for 6 days, we wrestle with the world of space, but on the seventh, we're invited to care for the seed of eternity planted right within our soul.
The ultimate goal of Heschel's Sabbath is to achieve a state called menuha. Now, this is not mere inactivity or just taking a break. It's more like an art form, a perfect rest, characterized by a deep, conscious harmony with all of existence.
Now, in stark contrast to this vision of peaceful retreat, Dr. Rennie McLeod presents a radically different purpose for engaging with the eternal realm.
For McLeod, these key biblical moments are not primarily sanctuaries for rest. No, they are portals for power. He sees them as divine appointments where the very boundary between heaven and earth begins to dissolve.
The purpose here is not to detach from the physical world, but to gain authority over it. It's about accessing a kind of faith that actively alters physical reality, bringing heavenly provision directly into our material world.
This brings us to a profound theological synthesis, a way to harmonize these two seemingly opposing views. The question is, how can rest be both a peaceful retreat and a portal to power?
The core revelation, brought to us by Pastor Chang Du, is this: rest and power are not opposites. They are, in fact, cause and effect.
This means that true supernatural power does not come from human striving or from some kind of aggressive faith. Rather, it flows naturally, effortlessly, from a state of true, divine rest.
And the ultimate source of this rest, well, it is not a place, or a day, or a ritual. It is a person. For Jesus Christ declared himself to be the embodiment of the Sabbath, the living fulfillment of all divine rest.
The rest he gives is called anaposis. And we must be clear, this is not a temporary break simply to recharge for more human labor. It is a complete, supernatural transformation of our very state of being, a lifting of burdens, and a true awakening of the soul.
Therefore, the path to divine power begins not with effort, but with surrender. The process is clear. First, we cease from our own human works. Second, we enter into Christ, who is our living rest. And third, as a natural result of that union, supernatural power is released.
So, what does this mean for us then, here, in the midst of our modern daily lives?
The crucial point is this: this sanctuary of time isn't found by retreating to a special location, not a prayer closet, not even a church building. It is found by yielding to the Holy Spirit in any given moment.
This means that eternity is accessible everywhere. The moment you cease from your own struggle and simply surrender to God's presence, His eternal rest and His power can invade your present circumstance.
This is both the application and the challenge. The invitation is not to a future state, but to a present reality. So the final question is for you. What human works are you still trying to complete on your own?